trees, digging weeds, things like that, getting my energies back. But I want to thank you because after the 3 days, there are a lot of interesting ideas that have passed by this Fanhs now that I think it's time that we can talk to our members via maybe Zoom and get rolling again rather than wait to meet when this pandemic is over. So thank you for all that you've done and the inspiration that you're bringing everybody after Fanhs 2020 could not, bring some of that to us. But great job, everybody. Thank you.
Congratulations, Patricia. Thank you.
Thank you, Alan. Take care.
Okay.
Thank you, Patricia.
Thanks, Patricia.
Okay,
Dan,
bye-bye.
are you saving the chat? Dan Fantamir. There's a toggle. You can save the whole chat. And if anyone missed it,
it's not automatically saved.
not always.
Oh, darn. Okay. There was a lot of good convo yesterday.
So if anyone missed it, Fanhs National did a mega Zoom in response to the PBS Asian American series, and it's still up on the Fanhs National Facebook page, the video of it. And that's the time they had like 300 people in Zoom. They maxed out. I think they had to turn people away. And then about 5,000 people watched it, Facebook Live.
I was working 100-hour week.
So it's still up there.
I was still waiting for Justine to finish her comments on the youth there, Joni.
Huh? I'm sorry?
We're waiting for Justine to finish her comments on the youth.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
No. Oh, did you? Oh, what else did you want to hear?
Well, you're what else did you want to hear? What, like you were saying about you wanted to hear more about the anti-Filipino riots in California.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, what about the one in Hawaii? Are you familiar with those riots in Hawaii or even Washington State?
Oh,
or
yeah,
even in the state of Virginia?
Yeah, I didn't know anything about that. So see more Filipino involvement in American history, I guess, like that.
Yeah, I want to agree with that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think the most important thing for Filipino youth is to see more active visibility of what it means to be a Filipino American throughout history. So I think the importance is to be a resource as well as like a platform to promote the visibility of what does it look like to be Filipino American during an election, or like what in history have like Filipino queer communities done, or what do Filipino music artists, what is like protest music for Filipino like musicians look like. And so for Filipino youth to see examples or to have access to resources that teach the history, I think that's super important. And it better helps contextualize their understanding of being the newest generation of Filipino Americans in a more digital environment, I guess.
I guess it would be important on how that's presented too, correct? Like you don't want a straight up lecture, you wanted to have.
Yeah, especially considering that like the consumption of media now is kind of tailored to 15 seconds, 30 seconds, or like little tweets, 140 characters. It is super important that the platforms and the diversity of media that is used to reach out to people is like consistent with the language that's used. So like the importance of TikTok, I mean, if you look at the hashtags on TikTok under Black Lives Matter or Black Voices or hashtag Black Artists, the way that promoted such like, you get virality, you get 37,000 people to see a teen, an African-American youth sharing like social activism, racial justice, and like, but it's so quick and it's so important, but it has the ability to reach out to so many people. So using platforms like that are definitely super important. And
so then therefore you would need to have the educators have to create or have to become knowledgeable now in getting into those type of platforms to make it more relevant to the students. Is that what I'm hearing you?
Yeah, and like, yeah, combining or in conjunction with educator resources and then translating it into that 30-second meme or whatever, you know? Like
That sounds like your alley there, Jeffrey.
No, well, let me play the old pushback guy
Wait,
here. And
wait,
Allison,
there are a lot of memes already out there on
Yeah.
Filipinos for Black Lives. You look up the hashtag like on Instagram, and there's some, and there were some on like the Philippine American War, Filipinos for Black Lives, and some of them were really well researched, and so that becomes another part of the educational experience, right? To be able to critique what's accurate and what, you know, is just posted.
Yeah.
But there's a lot out there already.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Isabel. Yes.
Hi.
You know, oh wait, one more thing. Can people put their social media handles in the chat so that we can follow you?
What does that mean?
It
Go
means
ahead.
that Alan.
Go ahead, Isabel. Don't nobody want to follow me
Isabel,
anyway.
go. And
Wanna
Isabel,
see
put
what
your
bike
hand
ride?
up there too, please.
Just going off of like what everyone was saying, TikTok is a good way to just get your foot into the door. But also developing like longer series on YouTube, like maybe doing full-on presentations through there. Like that would be a good way to share information. I know what's really popular now is podcasts. Like in my age range, like a lot of students are driving in their cars, commuting back and forth from work, and they listen to podcasts. So I know that's a really good avenue right now to like sharing it on Spotify. And I know another big thing right now is Twitch. People are streaming, so you could share information through there. There's just so many different avenues now to like share information.
What do you want to learn, Isabel?
Ooh, what do I want to learn? Well, like what Justine was going off of, like Filipino Americans involved in like strikes and riots. I haven't learned a lot of that, so like that's something I would be interested in learning more about. But I guess just how we are, like how we developed in America and maybe specifically in California, like how our history is here.
Can I ask Justine and Isabel,
This is to talk about how to teach kids.
you know
Dolphins in there talking.
like what's some of the things you know about Pinais?
I wish
Like,
I knew.
I have a mother.
Yeah.
I don't want Ron to answer. I want to ask you
I'm
two.
not answering.
I'm just messing with you, dude.
I only know a lot about, not a lot. I don't know a lot. I only know about what Dr. Buenaventura has taught me so far in like the how many years of knowing each other. Like I know if it weren't for him, I definitely wouldn't know who Larry Leong was. I didn't know that Filipinos were also involved in those types of strikes and movements.
How about women?
I don't know much about them. Yeah.
We got some work to do. I'm not talking about you. I'm like, we got some work to do.
Yeah.
So I'm just asking, not for you to feel like bad for not knowing, you know, like that's not your fault, you know, like that's our fault. So we're gonna have to, you know, think about the ways in which we can provide those things for you, because one is to get you in. I mean, like it's like when I offer pizza to my students and they're like, oh yeah, you know, I'm gonna have lunch with you. It's like, what then what, right? Like when you get them in the classroom, like what are you actually gonna be teaching, you know? Like, so I'm excited to begin to think about that with you all. Yeah, and you should. I'll try to create some opportunities where you can visit PEP too, and meet some of our students. Now that we can be virtual and you can come and visit me.
Like, hey, Allison, can you set up like a PEP day so that you put it out there and then we could just say, okay, let's or virtual, what is it, a virtual visit
meetup
to
yeah,
PEP?
we can definitely do that. Once the school year gets started, you know, like we have we meet every Wednesday night. And so it would be nice, we could do a little open house where you can meet some of the PEP teachers, maybe some of our high school students. also, there's like some virtual stuff happening, you know, too, where, you know, like my daughter's age, which is kind of almost your age. My daughter's 16.
Already? Wow.
Isabel's
She's
20.
16.
Oh God.
She's been in Fanhs since she was in utero.
Say more
In
about your
utero.
punchline.
And
The
so
punchline.
I think she would love to be
Something to Justine. Where's Justine? Is she still here? She's still there?
Yeah.
Justine, are you still there?
Yeah.
I just don't think we're answering or maybe feeling what really might interest you as far as what we can offer. But I just want to tell you that our chapter has gone to the colleges. We've gone to the local colleges and universities, UC Merced and some of the state colleges and junior colleges, where we went through the timeline. And one of the things that the students were totally unaware of is that the Filipino presence wasn't, that we were actually before the Mayflower, you know? And these are facts like that they had no awareness of. You know, they had no awareness that Filipinos were shown at the 1905 World's Fair as if they were, they were barbaric, natives with, barely able to, one step away from being a monkey. And that's where the nickname monkey came from, which that's a lot of history, but on a timeline, where is Justine? I don't see her. Did she leave already?
Oh no, I'm
okay.
still...
Anyway, well, I'm just sharing. Oh, there you are. I couldn't find you. So, but it is a timeline of history. Have you seen anything like that? Would that interest you?
Oh yeah,
a timeline of Filipino.
Yeah, that definitely would interest. Like, even far as back as, I don't know, way before. That would probably be super interesting to learn about, because, like I said, I didn't know we had this much of a presence in American history.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be really nice to learn about it.
Yeah, because the students that we talked to that found out, I mean, when we went to them, they were surprised, and a lot of them were children of recent immigrants from the Philippines. So they were very surprised that we, the presenters, spoke such perfect English, because, they were just used to their parents speaking with an accent. So they weren't, they were surprised that we were that educated and that able to speak perfect English. But and that's when it was kind of like turning a light on, to some of these people, and I think to the youth. And I mean, even things like who are some of the recent celebrities that are Filipino ancestry. They were surprised to hear that people they didn't think were Filipinos were Filipino Americans.